Hello and welcome back to Speed Model. Now, last time we actually stopped looking at the larger details and moved on to the smaller things, and this week we're going to continue the exact same trend. In fact, we're going to focus our energies on just one little part of the entire kitchen. And just a quick announcement, I've decided I wanted this series to run 8 episodes in total. So yeah, you're watching the 6th episode. We've got 2 more to go after this. But anyway, without any further ado, let us jump in now to episode 6 of Speed Model. The next little detail we're gonna add is a little chopping board. Starting off with a plane, I extrude, bevel, and give it a nice lime green texture. Then I cut some lines into the board and give it a nice little handle by cutting out one face. I fill in the inner faces and bevel it all out so the handle looks smoother. I tweak around with the textures a bit just to get a really lime green kind of look. Then I drop in a new plate and begin modeling a little knife. My first method didn't work really well, the curved bit went too far back. My second method didn't work great either since I couldn't get the right curvature. The third method didn't smooth out as nicely as I hoped. I eventually tried to do it by hand. I tried messing around with its position, but I couldn't quite shake the feeling that it didn't look quite right. Now I actually got up at this point and went and looked at a knife in the kitchen. I realized the curvature went further back than that, so I got down to the mesh and made further tweaks. Still not satisfied, I eventually delete the entire blade and start again. Luckily, the cut function I used helped smooth out the curvature of the knife. I still had to go in and edit the mesh somewhat. It took a lot more tweaking than I liked, but eventually I placed the knife on the chopboard, gave it one last tweak to make the edge thinner, before finally turning my attention to the main attraction, a tomato. I browsed the Creative Commons post on Flickr for a nice tomato texture. It takes a while, but I eventually find something I like. I only wanted the flesh of the tomato, which is why you see me hop into GIMP to cut out just that. The perspective wasn't quite right either, so I fixed that as well. Back in Blender, it is time to actually build the tomato. I started off with a sphere because I wanted to actually cut it with the cutting tools, but I eventually decided against it. I opt to simply use cylinders instead. So you see me put down a cylinder and hop over to the nodes. I load up the tomato texture and I noticed that a little black border appeared on the tomato. I tweak up the UV map to fix that. As long as the boundaries were drawn right, the border would disappear. Now I texture the sides. I try to use the same texture, but that didn't work out, so I go back to Flickr and hunt for a new texture. I pop it in a GIMP and tweak its color a little. Then I extract just a little rectangle of the color. That's all I needed for this purpose. Finally, I duplicate the slices several times over and lay them out nicely on their side. I spent a little too much time to arrange the slices neatly, only to then mess things up slightly again. After a while, I decide that the slices looked organic enough, and pop the camera around to admire the work better. I tilt the chopboard slightly. The less neat things are, the more real they feel. And well, that's pretty much all the time we have for tomatoes in this entire series. I hope you enjoyed that entire process. That was the part that I was looking forward to the most. The same trend is going to continue for the next 2 episodes. We're just going to keep focusing our energies on the little details. Anyway, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode of Speed Model. Now, if you have any suggestions of what you want to add, do put them into the comment section as quickly as you can. As you would expect, I actually stockpile these episodes, so I might work on these stuff, not as regularly as it seems. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, do get it in as quickly as possible. I haven't actually properly wrapped up this project, though, well, I'm very close to actually finishing it. So yeah, do let me know if you have any comments. But, well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. Until next time, you're watching 0612 TV. Hello, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, remember that I appreciate every like, favorite, and comment you give me. If you'd like to see more from me in the future, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And for more updates outside of YouTube, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at 0612TV. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.